Alright, welcome back to PAULY'S Auto. Got myself a 2012 Chevy Sonic with a 1.8 liter. Engine code LUW. Check engine lights on, and I have no clue why, but we're about to find out. There is 71,800 on the odometer. So we're just going to go in here and we're going to do a quick code scan. And I apologize, I haven't been making videos lately. It's just been too busy. So I got a Misfire. We're just going to ping all the modules quick. Mainly because I want to make sure this customer is good to go. They just bought the vehicle. And looks like we got a random Misfire. Low voltage code in the tranny. So we need to check the battery and heater circuit on the driver's seat. Alright. Not too worried about that. We'll look at that stuff later, but I'm going to attack this P0300 because that's the reason for the check engine light. So next step is let's check the freeze frame data and see what kind of misfire we're dealing with. Alright, so we're in the freeze frame data, and if you take a look here, you'll see that our throttle position was at about 20.8 counts, and 48 degrees outside, 3.96 on our mass airflow, grams per second. Barrel looks good at a 28.3. Short-term trim at negative 0.6. Long-term trim at 0.8. 11.5 on our vacuum on the intake. We were in closed loop. 172 on that. Alright, sorry about that. I got interrupted. But anyways, the long-term and the short-term trims look good, so I'm not dealing with a lean misfire, I'm not dealing with a rich misfire, I'm just dealing with a random misfire. Now, if we look at our I'm sorry guys, I'm just annoying. I don't know why this thing is beeping. There, sorry about that. Okay, so if you look at engine coolant temp, we can see we're at 138 degrees, so the engine wasn't quite warmed up yet. Ambient temp was at 30 degrees, so it was cold outside. Now, we're dealing with a cold misfire here. My guess is that it probably misfires when cold and then goes away as the vehicle warms up. So we need to do some basic checks here. One is we could go to our misfire counters, which is probably where I'm going to go since the vehicle right now is fairly cold. We're gonna do that first. We're just gonna check misfire counters and see what we got. So next step is look at misfire counters. All right, vehicle's not running. I've got the misfire counters up, and if you look at the miss history, you can see we had quite a few misfires on cylinder number 3. In fact, that's the one that's missing the most, is cylinder 3. So 2 and 4 had some misfires. 1 and 3 did, but it looks like 3 is our worst cylinder out of all of them. So I'm gonna get a hose on this. We're gonna start it. We're gonna confirm that 3 is the cylinder that's missing the most, and then we'll have to do some basic checks on the coils and the plugs and take a look down on the holes, make sure we ain't got a valve cover leak, stuff like that. So next step is get a hose on this thing, run it, confirm that 3 is our problem cylinder, and check when this is missing. Is it missing at idle? Is it missing under load? Most likely it's just missing at idle, and like I said, it's probably missing when cold. So I'm going to get a hose on it, and we'll take a look at that. Alright, fans fired up. Let's go ahead and start the vehicle. Now what we can do is we can limit this. Let's go to custom. Let's deselect all. And I don't want to look at miss history, I just want to look at one. I want to look at active counters. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll just go to a graph view because it'll make it easy to see when they miss. Oh, there it was. There was a miss right there on cylinder 3. That was a hard miss. I felt it. Let's just let her idle for a little bit. Yeah, my suspicion is we've got spark leaking out of the boots, but we'll see here. It is running a little rough. Now, I will tell you on this 1.8 liter that GM designed, these have PCV problems. In the valve cover has to be replaced in order to fix that. But let's see here. We'll deal with that here in a minute, but I just want to see. There was another one on cylinder 3. All right, let's give it a snap once. I'm just taking a peek at what my coolant temp is. I should have put coolant temp up here. Let's go to list view, custom. Definitely a miss on cylinder 3. I should have, yeah, there's ECT right there. Let's go back to graph view. Oop, there was another misfire. Which one was that one? I was on cylinder 3 again. So cylinder 3 seems to be our suspect. We're at 181 degrees, so we're still pretty cold. And it is definitely a miss at idle. And I can feel it skip a beat once that one, there it is again. Again. So definitely cylinder 3 is our problem. All right, well, let's try swapping coils. We'll swap 3 with 1. All right, I misspoke. There's not coil. This has a coil pack on it, but nevertheless, we got 3 spark testers hooked up, all set at 30 thousandths of a gap. We're just gonna have him do a clear flood crank. All right, go ahead and crank it, Paul. Okay. Interesting. Hold on a second, Paul. Hold on a second, Paul. Go ahead and crank it again. That one's sparking. Okay. Hold on a second. Again? Yep. Alright. Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't think I'm even getting spark out of number 3. Alright, let's see what we got on number 3. Go ahead again. I can't even jump. Having a hard time jumping that. Alright. Can't even jump 30 thousandths of a gap. I'm going to close these gaps a little bit. Alright, we got some weak spark here. This thing can barely jump. Can't even jump 30 thousandths of a gap. Alright, go ahead again. You see there, we're jumping 20 thousandths. Alright. Hold on a second. Again. Okay. So this thing's just got weak spark. We need to check the inputs on this module and go from there, but most likely we've got a bad ignition module, or coil module, whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to look up a wiring diagram of how the circuit works, check the inputs, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I was about to check the inputs on this thing for this ignition control module, but I decided I want to take the boots off and just take a quick peek. And interesting enough, as I remove the boots, you can see the plastic portion of each coil is destroyed. So we're pretty much done right there. I mean, I'll pull the plugs just to take a peek at them, but the rest of the plastic is down in the boots. Why it broke, I have no idea. Obviously it got hot and the plastic got brittle and broke, so this thing's going to need a whole new module regardless, but I just thought that was kind of interesting. I don't know if this is a common problem with these. You know, these 1/8s are kind of new, so you don't see a lot of them, but pretty interesting. We're going to get I'm going to obviously recommend a new ignition control module here with all new coils. We'll take the plugs out and take a peek at them, but yeah, power of visual inspection, huh? So yeah, we're gonna get a new new ignition module here, and the next shot will be the fix, so stay tuned. Alright, I'm gonna close this video up with battery is over 6 years old, or going on 6 years old, so it's getting a battery. It had low voltage codes, and you can see it's low on charge. It's Minnesota, it's winter. I don't even mess around anymore, it just gets a battery. It's original. I did pull the plugs. We got some NGKs in there. I don't know why they didn't do Delcos, so obviously this isn't this girl's first rodeo. Somebody threw plugs in it trying to fix the problem, and totally missed the real problem, would be my guess, but whatever, doesn't matter to me. It's gonna get Delco plugs and new ignition control module, or ignition coil pack, if you will, and a new battery. We'll clear the codes, and I believe we're gonna do a GDI service on this, or you know, basically induction service and a fuel injection service, just to clean this baby up and make sure all the carbon on the valves is cleared out, and we'll change the oil, and this customer will be good to go. Thanks for watching, guys. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comment box. Please hit the like button or dislike, whichever. Let me know why. That's all I got. So again, simple checks, visual inspection, pretty easy fix. So thanks for watching.